Good morning, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Adibanjo. I am one of the project managers for PennyPath. Imagine you were an immigrant parent and you were trying to get your children into financial literacy, getting them to understand money management. That is where PennyPath comes in. We are a financial literacy tool, and we believe in financial literacy through participation, which I will be explaining further as we go ahead. This is our team. And firstly, let's start from the problem statement. So during our research, we realized that even though Canada is a country where financial literacy is quite good when it comes to the immigrant community and more especially the children, it's not so. So we decided to create a financial literacy tool that is more centered around children, because when we did our research, we saw that from the immigrant children make up about 7% for the ages of 5 to 9. And we saw that this was an untapped market because there is nothing necessarily out there that is centered on children's education. And our solution was to develop an engaging and educational financial literacy app. And this incorporates gamification to keep them occupied and short, fun videos. We provide tools for budgeting, goal setting, and financial planning. And by doing this, we equip the children because we know that financial literacy is an important part of life. And as you grow up, the more you know, the better decisions you can make. Now I will pass it on to our business analyst, Juliet, to take us through the product demo.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Thank you so much. So next slide, please. So to start off, I'm going to introduce you to Mary. She's a new immigrant to Canada. She's from Colombia. And so she has 2 kids, which she came to Canada with, and so she has the option to add more kids if she decides to. So now, Mary, just to show what our profile looks like, this is what it looks like, the transaction she has completed with her kids. So we're going to take it over to the mission. So the mission right now, you can see she has assigned tasks already for her kids. She has the opportunity to see what's in process, and she has the opportunity to see what is done. In the same vein, she can also decide to set up a new task. So this gives her opportunity to pick any of her kids. So let's say like in this situation, she has 2 kids. So she can pick either Car or Tam and click on next and decide on which of the missions she wants them to complete. So we have different options and we're coming up with new options. So they can decide to say, okay, I need them to clean the room. She provides the details of what she requires them to do. Click on next, decide if she wants it to be a one-time activity or a recurring activity. So she will decide to make it an everyday thing, set up the time. She wants the task completed and it is done. So, okay, she also has to decide if she wants to give points or if she wants to give real money. So she decides to give real money and she can allot the amount she wants the tax to be what. So let's say she decides to go with $15. That's very expensive, mother. She can then assign the mission, and automatically that goes in, and one of the kids are going to receive that. So that is the interface for the mom. So now let me show you what the kids is going to receive on their own end. So for the kids, we're going to make it more friendly to suit the kids. So what they see is the homepage of the taxes or the transactions that's been completed. As you can see, they can see how much they received, how much they're spending, the balance they have in their wallets. They can go to mission to see what they have to do, what is in process, what is done. And also, if you notice, there's a time set for those tasks. That is very key, and I'll get to that also. So they can decide to, okay, I'm just in the bed, the tax is being done. Immediately the task is completed, they can click on finish. That information is also sent back to the mom or the dad to see what they need to do. Then the next thing which I would like to notice is the learning aspect, which is very key. Specialists recommend that it's ideal to start teaching your kids about finances from a very young age. So you can see we have created short videos because also specialists mentioned that especially this new generation, their attention span is a little bit smaller than most people. So they want to spend 30 seconds, 1 minute watching a video. So they can go through the videos, answer the quiz questions, and when they're done, complete the quiz, and they get points for it and badges. So if perhaps, let's say they answer the question and they click money, they can see explanation, or if perhaps they're wrong, there's an explanation letting them know the correct answer, because this is a learning platform and they need to learn. So the next thing which we want to encourage is the reward section. So they can see the reward, they can set goal, they can see the number of badges they have, they can see their leaderboard. So this is also to encourage competition for the kids. So let's say we go into the competition, they can say, oh, my sister is stopping me, I need to do better to make more points than her or more money than her. Or so in that way, it just encourages friendly competition among family members, among friends. And also they have the options of setting to change it to a language. Don't forget, we're dealing with immigrants here. So we have the option to change the setting into the particular language that favors them. So thank you very much. So that sees, then you see the homepage and that. So now I'm going to go over to the competitive analysis. So we looked at our direct competitors and our indirect competitors. Our major direct competitors is Mido, which is owned by RBC, but you also notice we also have indirect competitors like TD, Scotiabank, and these are accounts that are set up for kids. So, but I'm going to see, we're going to do a comparison to see how we stack up to these competitors and how we perform better. So the major thing which we're trying to make emphasis on is the fact that our target is between the age of 5 to 9. That is very key, because in that way it affects how our interface is going to look, because then it's focused on kids, so we can introduce the ability of having like cartoon pictures or something that they understand. We try to keep the language friendly to the kids in compared to what our competitors are doing. So as I mentioned already, so we have the parental control, which is also kids, because we're dealing with kids at a younger age. So we want to give the power to the parents to be able to control what the kids are doing.
You have about 30 seconds left.
Okay, spinning through it. So let's look at the revenue scale, which is my favorite point, my favorite side. It's how we're making money. We have to test. So the app is generally free with ads. However, we do offer 2 other tiers in ad, which is the plus tier and the premium tier. The plus tier provides for $5 per month, you can get free ad and access to content, financial content for your kids and games. For the premium, you have exclusive content from financial advisors in a way. That's how we plan to go about it, and it will only cost you $9.98. Moving on to the next. So also we plan to make money from collaboration with content creators and also from ads, which is what we have for the basic tier. So moving on to our expected business after 5 years. So in the next 5 years, we want to have access subscribers of about 60,000 and a total subscribers of 160,000. We'll be making a total of 1.3 accumulated benefits. And for a result, just to let you know, this was done with a 10%. We adopted a 10% conservative rate.
10 more seconds.
Okay, so for every dollar you invest into our product, you'll be making $3.63. We plan, and we're going to be breaking even in 2 years. Just to let you know, our return to revenue, our return on investment will be 263. So I'll pass it on back to Emmanuel so he can tell you what our roadmap is.
All right, this is all we have time for. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause to Team PennyPath. Round of applause. And you can leave the slides on while we go to the questions. If you want to leave the slides on, we're going to pass it back to judges now. Let's go to Ali for any questions or comments. And by the way, thank you so much, Ali. He sent his questions in the chat. The Smart Stock team, I recommend that you put those questions, so you put your responses to his questions. Ali, what are your thoughts on PennyPath?
PennyPath, amazing. As the father of 5 kids, I'm definitely used apps like this in the past. I never stuck with one because I don't like RBC, and there's nothing but IDO out there. So here are my thoughts. Whenever we bring an application into a user base that is 5, 6, 7, 8 people that don't have money, the product, the customer is really the parent, right? And having those parents kind of subscribe to a product that can, how can I say this, that can be managed manually as a whiteboard on, on a wall, becomes a little bit complicated to sell. What I'm trying to say is it's an added complexity, especially if you're running a large family. My question here is, what can you provide the parent, or what are you guys thinking about? Because obviously you didn't share everything in the presentation. What are you guys thinking about are benefits to the parents about this? Now, obviously, yes, it will streamline the tracking. It will allow the parent to, be on top of things. It'll be a device with them. But I don't feel like that's enough. The parent needs something else. Like with my it was the RBC cards. It was the bank cards. Having kids own their own bank cards was really important selling point for my Just your thoughts around that, please.
Thank you
what else do you guys have for the parent? Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Thank you for that, Ali. To that question, one of the things we discussed previously, we just couldn't integrate it based on the time we had, was having a digital wallet. So it's connected to the parent's card where they can put a specific amount and the child can spend it. But because when we did our research, we saw that parents also did not want to give their children cards because of fraud and things like that. So we thought having a digital wallet that the parents just put some money into and they can use it would be a better avenue. So that's our thinking around your question.
Great. And is that digital wallet, in a sense, is it like a purse that you spend from, or are you thinking about connecting it to investment platforms, for example, putting it away, getting some interest back on it?
Yes. So we were looking forward. We are looking to get into the side of investment, but right now it's more of a purse. That's what we want to start with. But in later quarters, we would like to do an investment type of situation.
Right. Great to hear that you guys are thinking about this.